friends, today we have Dr. P N Renjen, Senior Consultant Neurology in the Presta Apollo Hospitals, Delhi with us. It's our honor to have him today for all our viewers because usually there are a lot of questions related to our brain, neuro problems, stress, stroke especially. So we have Dr. Renjen with us for next 30 minutes. If you have any question for him, please feel free to ask. Welcome on the board, sir.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Dr. Renjen. We are going to interact today about cerebral stroke. To put it in layman's language, we are going to talk about paralysis of the brain. To just give you a background, the paralysis of the brain, in which usually a patient presents to us with the weakness of one half of the body, is caused by two major factors. One are the factors which are the modifiable risk factors, the factors which you and I can modify, which means blood pressure, sugar, cholesterol, doing regular exercises, and taking a good healthy diet. And there are certain factors for stroke which we cannot modify. That is age, sex, and genetics. So paralysis is caused either by a blockage in the artery or the artery bursts and causes what is called an intracerebral hemorrhage, a hemorrhage inside the brain. The signs and symptoms of both these conditions are practically the same, and one needs urgent, very urgent medical help so that we can, one, give you a better quality of life and save you from not having a wheelchair-bound existence.
Sir, thank you for briefing about the stroke and initiating it. First of all, thank you viewers for appreciating, and there are a lot of your followers and the patients who have said thank you so much, sir, congratulations, and it's good to see you. So we received few questions from the viewers. So why stroke occurs and why it's increasing day by day?
Well, that's a very good question. You must understand that the incidence of stroke is rising in the developing world. And India is a developing country. And why the incidence of stroke is rising? Because of two major things. One, rapid urbanization. All people, everybody wants to come from smaller cities to bigger cities. And the second important factor is lifestyle changes. The incidence of diabetes is rising. The incidence of blood pressure is rising. And we are all getting on to board to a sedentary lifestyle. And as I always say, stroke, like cancer, is a lifestyle-related disease.
So, is there any correlation between a stroke and then some diseases related to cardiac?
Well, again, it's a very good question. In my own practice at the Apollo hospitals, we find that our neurology patient or stroke patient reach up a cardiac hospitals. Why do they reach up a cardiac hospital? Because the awareness of stroke, cerebral stroke, is so poor. People still think that a cerebral stroke comes from the heart, but it does not. But you must be aware in the heart, which could cause a stroke. And in the elderly above the age of 65, which is called atrial fibrillation, that the heart beats very fast and puts a clot inside the brain and causes a stroke. So I always say heart and brain is the same axis. You can't dissociate the two. You have to think of both together.
Right, sir. So the next question is, why stroke usually happens in the winters or in the midnight while sleeping?
Again, I must say that your questions are terrific. You must understand that the stroke occurs usually in the early mornings. 1. 2. Stroke occurs more in winter than in summers. The reasons for this are that because of extra cold, the blood becomes thick, which we use the term as a state, as a result of which the clot formation is more. And number 2, the stroke occurs again in the early morning because in sleep, especially in people who snore, there is a reactionary rise of blood pressure. And as a result of which, you get up in the morning with a cerebral stroke.
So is there any variation in the stroke or a types of stroke, or usually stroke is of one type only?
No, stroke is not one type. Stroke just signifies that something has happened out of the blue. Acute stroke means that something has happened and you need to take treatment. Yes, from your point of view, may not be important, but my point of view, I want to distinguish whether the stroke is because the occlusion of an artery, whether the stroke is coming from the heart, whether there is a hemorrhage in the brain. Because my modalities of treatment are different for each type of stroke. I want to understand where is the stroke coming from, which artery is occluded, which area is involved, and what is the type of stroke before I start managing the stroke.
Right, sir. But sir, as you rightly said that there are different types of stroke, so must be the preventions also must be different, or is it just similar?
Basically, the prevention remains the same. Obviously, what is prevention? Prevention is to treat the modifiable risk factors of stroke. If you control your diabetes, hypertension, cholesterol, have a good lifestyle, control your diet, and don't have heart disease, you could prevent a clot coming from the heart. You could prevent the clot going and occluding a major artery. You could prevent hemorrhage. So basically, the risk factors of stroke don't vary from the type of stroke. So what you need to understand is that you have to have a good, decent quality of life with good exercises, good diet, and prevention.
So I have a very out of box question here. Sir, क्या ऑफिस के स्ट्रेस से भी स्ट्रोक हो सकता है?
आपका क्वेश्चन बहुत अच्छा है, बिल्कुल हो सकता है. I must tell you that there have been a lot of studies, and in our own experience, depression predisposes you to have a stroke. Now you might wonder why. इसलिए, it's because that depression causes lot of neurotransmitter changes in the brain. As a result of it, there is an association between depression and stroke. So please understand that when I say a modulation of lifestyle, this is also what I mean by that. Having a good physical, social, mental lifestyle, which are all very important for prevention of any stroke.
Right. So sorry, but the same viewer has asked कि क्या आप थोड़ा सा इसे हिंदी में विस्तार में बता सकते हैं?
देखिए, मैं बता सकता हूँ, जरूर बताऊंगा. देखिए, ऐसा है, मैं ये कहने की कोशिश कर रहा था कि डिप्रेशन एक इलनेस होती है. और इसके बारे में बहुत स्टडीज है, हमारा खुद का भी एक्सपीरियंस है कि जो लोग डिप्रेस्ड होते हैं उनको स्ट्रोक होने की ज्यादा चांसेस होते हैं। उसका कारण ये है कि जो डिप्रेशन के पेशेंट्स होते हैं उनके ब्रेन में तरह तरह के न्यूरोट्रांसमीटर सब्सटेंसेस चेंजेस के होते हैं। जब मैं ये बात करता हूं कि आप अपनी लाइफस्टाइल इंप्रूव करिए, हम उसमें ये भी स्ट्रेस करते हैं कि आप मेंटली भी अपनी लाइफस्टाइल को ठीक रखें, सोशली भी, फिजिकली भी और मेंटली भी।
Mr. Mahin, if you have any question from Dr. Renjen, feel free to ask from us. So, एक बहुत commonly जो देखा जाता है जब भी whenever we discuss about stroke, it's said act fast, act fast. So, would you like to share some light on
Yes. I must bring to the information of all our viewers who are online with me today that we at the Indraprastha Apollo hospitals are the pioneers in putting the concept of fast. Fast is F-A-S-T. Act fast. Act early. Time is brain. Treatment delayed is treatment denied. So even if you're in the house, somebody says, I'm feeling a little weak on one hand. Just tell him to put his hands forward. Look at his face. If the face is deviated to one side, is F. If the arm, one arm goes down in comparison with the other, this arm obviously is weak. If you find that the speech is slurred, then don't waste time. Act immediately. Go to the hospital where you have a code fast, which exists in our hospital. As soon as you enter with a stroke, give the code fast, which generates all the staff, all the doctors interested in code fast, and we start acting. So that the purpose is not to waste time.
So we have a patient's son who's asking कि sir मेरे father को 4 साल पहले stroke आया था, आज भी वो ठीक से चल नहीं पाते. So is there any probability in the future that he can walk back?
देखिए ऐसा है, you must understand that neuro rehabilitation is an integral part of stroke management. A patient comes, we give a cold fast, we treat him. Some of them who come late, they develop a paralysis on one side. But it doesn't mean that the treatment of stroke ends here. So you have good bit of neuro rehabilitation. In our hospital, I even give the injection of Botox to relieve the stiffness in the arms and legs, which improve the quality of life. I would like to take out one misconception in the mind of all our listeners, that the improvement in stroke doesn't stop at 6 months to 1 year. It continues. So please don't give up. Please continue. Continue your physiotherapy. Continue to be involved with your therapist, which will help you to improve your quality of life.
So from your rich experience, would you like to share such case which has come up for you and it's a like benchmark for many that yes, the regular management, physiotherapy, good care brings the patient back into normal
Again,
life?
thank you very much for this question. I can give you not a basket, but tons of so many cases, which we very proudly can say that we have worked up and given them a good quality of life. I'm just going to give you one of them. And this was an elderly individual who had come from an outside country, was staying in a hotel outside. I got a call that this gentleman has developed a stroke. My only advice was, please come straight to the emergency department of our hospital. And sincerely they came. They were there in the hospital in 1 hour. I saw the patient. He was about 65, diabetic hypertensive, and he had a left-sided weakness. No time wasted. Patient was taken up for an MR, a CT angio. And when we did a CT angio, we found that he had a total occlusion, or nearly total occlusion, of his artery on the right side. You got to believe me what I say. Immediately he shifted to our DSL lab. We have the best of the DSL lab in the country. He was taken for DSA. Dr. Harsha Stogi, who's our interventional neuroradiologist, and the clot was removed. And on the 5th day, the patient walked out of the hospital. So this is the kind of treatment that we give. As I always say, that the nihilistic approach of stroke, the negative approach of stroke has to be converted into a positive approach. I have treatment till 4.5 hours, 3 hours, 6 hours, now even 24 hours. So if you have an acute stroke, do go to a hospital. Do go to a hospital which is equipped to give you all the latest treatment available in the globe for treatment of stroke. And I'm very proud to say that we are one of those hospitals in this country.
So that's really a big achievement from your team, and especially the Apollo hospitals, when you said that from 3 hours to even now the management is possible in 24 hours also. That's congratulations to you and the entire Apollo hospitals team. So one side of you shared with us is the entire management, which is the continuous physiotherapy, rehabilitation. The other side, you also said technology like DSLR. So what is the contribution of technology in the management of a stroke?
Well, again, an excellent question. See, technology goes with clinical judgment. Over a period of time, when we got the first trial of using TPA in 1995, and we were the earliest in the country to start using TPA, the way we have gone in the evolution of stroke is because of the excellent technology. And again, I say that the Indraprastha Apollo Hospital has grown with the technology. We've been fortunate enough to have the best of the CT scan, the best of the MRI scan, the best of the DSA. So technology has played a long role, a big role in our management of stroke.
Right, sir. So I believe we have replied more or less to cover the stroke. We can conclude now with 2-3 pointers with this conversation of today. And yes, sir, please.
My takeaway message now, at the end of it, one has to give one as takeaway. My takeaway message is: 1, stroke is treatable. Stroke is preventable. And third important message is: treatment delayed is treatment denied. If I've been able to tell you these things, I think I have done my job for today. So please remember, we have to work together to treat and prevent stroke, to save the agony of our people to get onto the wheelchair stage. Thank you very much.
So I would also like to add this, please reach to if you feel any of your family member or a loved one having a stroke, please reach to a comprehensive unit where the complete treatment can be provided.
Yes.
As sir rightly said, the fast, the better.
Yeah, I think very correct. We at our hospital provide a comprehensive stroke treatment. That's the word I would use. Prevention. We run a stroke clinic. We have Apollo Stroke support group meetings. We will tell you how to support each other. 3, we have treatment. 4, most important is we have a good stroke rehabilitation. So when you have a comprehensive stroke treatment, you could please come and see our services and make use of our services for the benefit of humanity at large. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, viewers, for such a lovely viewers and asking the questions so the information can be passed to maximum. If you have any queries for Dr. Renjen, feel free to write us on delhi.apollohospitals.com. You can also leave your comments, queries at askapollo.com. To meet Dr. Renjen, please book your appointment with Dr. Renjen at askapollo.com. Along with it, please share for which next topic you would like us for Dr. Renjen again to be on Facebook for you all. Please share the topic. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much.
Okay. End.
Okay.
End. Center.